A daily moisturizer can make or break a skincare routine. So the biggest things I wanted to know with this one was, does it feel greasy? Does it absorb quickly? And it can actually work for everyday use without feeling heavy. This is the Good Molecules Lightweight Daily Moisturizer. And my first impression is that it feels exactly like the name suggests. Lightweight, and I did get it for a video. So the texture is creamier than a gel, but it doesn't feel thick or heavy right away. Looking at the ingredients, I noticed that shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which makes more sense because one supports moisture and the other supports hydration. Right away, it feels like something designed for everyday use rather than a heavy overnight cream. The biggest thing that stands out is the balance between hydration and wearability. A lot of moisturizers can feel too heavy for daytime, especially if you're layering sunscreen afterwards. but this seems designed to absorb without feeling like a thick film. And I also like the ingredient combination. Shea butter adds moisture, while hyaluronic acid helps support hydration, what makes it feel more balanced than just a basic lotion. And the tube size is generous for something that could be used for every day. Using a simple after cleansing, toner, and serum. If you use those, this will be your moisturizer step. And take a small amount, apply it evenly across your face, and gently blend it in. You can use it for morning and night, but if it's daytime, I'd still follow up with some sunscreen after. It seems flexible enough to fit into both routines pretty easily. And that was one of my first questions, because a lot of moisturizers say lightweight but still leave you shiny. And honestly, first impression wise, this feels balanced. It gives moisture without feeling oily or overly heavy. That's probably the strongest first impression so far. Another thing I was curious about was how fast it absorbs, especially if you're laying other products. And it actually sinks in pretty quickly. It doesn't just sit on top of your skin, which makes it feel more practical for daytime use. That's important if you don't want your routine feeling too heavy. And I think this makes the most sense for people looking for an everyday moisturizer, people who don't like greasy creams, or anyone who wants something simple that layers well into a skincare routine. Especially if you want one moisturizer that can work both morning and night. And overall, my first impression is really positive. I like the lightweight feel, I like how quickly it absorbs, and I like that it seems easy to fit into an everyday routine without feeling complicated. So if you're looking for a moisturizer that feels simple, lightweight, and easy to wear daily, this definitely seems worth checking out.